The weather is about to flip in a major way, everyone. We're heading into a dramatic shift, and I'm going to walk you through exactly what's coming over the next 5 to 7 days. Things are about to calm down for a bit, but there's still plenty to watch before that quiet stretch settles in. We still have Hurricane Melissa spinning near the western side of Bermuda, while a strong storm system this morning continues bringing the threat of tornadoes and damaging winds across portions of the mid-Atlantic, pushing toward the northeast. Areas of Maryland and Pennsylvania remain under a decent risk for a tornado or two, along with gusty winds capable of causing some damage. If you caught my update video yesterday, you already know what kind of setup we're entering. The jet stream is about to surge upward along both the western and eastern flanks of the U.S., which means all that cold air dominating recently is about to be swept away. So if you've been stuck in the 30s and 40s, brace yourself. By next week, you'll be basking in the 60s and 70s. That's a huge transformation. Models are still hinting at a potential storm trough crossing the southeast in about 5 to 7 days, possibly sparking thunderstorms across Florida and the Bahamas as it drifts into the Atlantic. That trend has held steady for several runs now, so stay tuned and make sure to subscribe for ongoing updates. Aside from that, much of the country will enjoy a stretch of quiet, pleasant weather lasting about a week. Toward next weekend, around that 7 to 10 day window, we might see another system start to brew, but that's still speculative for now. Wind-wise, gusts of 40 to 50 mph are expected today, especially in the higher elevations of the Appalachians, with localized peaks up to 60 mph across New England, from Rhode Island to Maine, even a few coastal spots touching 70 mph. Vermont and New Hampshire's elevated terrain could also see winds in that 50-60 mph range. After this system passes, we'll enter a 7-day calm with no major storms on the horizon. The primary tornado risk this morning covers Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Virginia Beach, and Norfolk, so stay weather aware. This system is also delivering 1 to 2+ inches of rainfall, which is much-needed relief for drought-stricken zones. Those darker red pockets on the radar indicate the heaviest rainfall totals, and many areas in Maryland, Delaware, and Virginia will gladly take the soak. However, much of the nation's interior, outside of the Pacific Northwest, will remain dry for at least the next 5 to 7 days. Now for the pattern outlook. As cooler air lingers through the weekend into Monday, that western ridge stays strong, keeping the jet stream high across the country through mid-week. By next Thursday, another weak storm system may dip south, possibly reintroducing some chill, but that's about 8 days out, so take it lightly. Up in the stratosphere, cooler air continues flowing east through Sunday and Monday before shifting toward the northeast, potentially trying to form a small trough around the 5-day mark. At the same time, the warm anomaly expands across much of the U.S., stretching from coast to coast through next week. So, here's the bottom line. Tomorrow morning, you'll still be seeing freezing lows and biting wind chills. But by Tuesday, those same areas will be enjoying a massive warm-up. The cold blast is fading fast, replaced by a mild, spring-like pattern. Typically, warm air like this would bring severe weather. But the zonal jet stream, flowing straight west to east and positioned far north, will keep conditions relatively stable and quiet. For now, Hurricane Melissa continues brushing Bermuda. The northeast storm exits today, and that cool upper-level trough slides east by Sunday. After that, we enter a much calmer stretch, but as always, I'll keep watching for the next big shift. So far, let's shift our focus down toward Florida. Now, this is looking about 5 days out. The same disturbance we've been tracking near the southern U.S., drifting into the northern Gulf. It's been wobbling back and forth quite a bit, but so far, there's still nothing organized or significant emerging from it. Just clusters of disorganized thunderstorms developing from an upper-level low, and possibly by next Thursday. Another weak system could start working its way northeast. This dominant ridge pattern, however, is the real story. It's going to usher in warmer temperatures and a much quieter weather setup. Aside from that one system I've been discussing for nearly a week now, everything looks relatively calm. Even the GFS model agrees with the idea that this trough could spark a few isolated storms across the southeast, maybe producing gusty winds or some thunder if it holds together. The trend continues to push farther east with each new run. For the most part, the nation will sit under a zonal flow, meaning the jet stream runs almost perfectly west to east. And when that happens, you don't get severe outbreaks. You get stable, tranquil conditions. According to the latest European model runs, by Monday and Tuesday, we may see some localized storms over Florida and the Bahamas. But nothing serious, just garden-variety thunderstorms. Perhaps bringing brief downpours, but nothing severe. The Pacific Northwest, especially Washington and Oregon, will once again be the only region consistently seeing precipitation over the next 10 days. By next Wednesday and Thursday, a cold wind pattern may re-emerge across the Great Lakes and Northeast, possibly accompanied by a few light snow showers in far northern Maine. Other than that, we're looking at a very calm stretch, reaching well past the 8-day mark. Hurricane Melissa. Latest update now. Let's talk about Hurricane Melissa. Yes, it's officially a Category 2 hurricane once again, racing north-northeast at 21 miles per hour. The outer rain bands continue sweeping through parts of the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos, while Haiti and the Dominican Republic are still catching another 1 to 2 inches of rain from those lingering feeder bands. The broader rainfall totals show the Bahamas and nearby waters seeing 6 to 8 inches, 150, 200 millimeter, in those deep orange zones, tapering to 2 to 4 inches, 50, 100 millimeters, in the lighter greens. Meanwhile, Bermuda will still feel its outer effects tomorrow. Large waves and gusty winds. Seas on the western side could reach 20 to 30 feet offshore, while the immediate coastal waters near the island may see 10 to 15 feet, possibly peaking around 17 feet as the core passes to the northeast. So, Bermuda, stay alert for high surf, strong winds, and periods of heavy rain as the storm moves by. Close up. Look at today's storms as we move into the late morning. Those tornado risk storms shift northeastward. Expect standard thunderstorms across Ohio, upstate New York, eastern Pennsylvania, and coastal New Jersey through the afternoon hours. That elongated storm line will linger for hours, potentially causing localized flooding, especially over New Jersey and eastern Pennsylvania, before sliding toward upstate New York and Long Island later in the day. This system carries 50 mph wind gusts, with a few isolated areas reaching 60 millimeters. By evening, around 7 to 8 p.m., these storms push deeper into New England, over Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Vermont, and New Hampshire, bringing strong winds and embedded thunderstorms, particularly hazardous across the higher elevations where damaging gusts are more likely. Expect this activity to last overnight into early morning, tapering off gradually by dawn.